of 2015, the positions that we've seen most are Wintel, VMware and Cisco engineers. Then there's also, on the development side, we've seen a lot of front-end requirement for front-end developers, so JavaScript, CSS, HTML. Also, there's still the requirement for Java developers, both front-end and back-end. In the BA and change side of things, a large requirement for business analysts and project managers with good change backgrounds, also with system development experience. And the reason we suspect that is because companies now are in a position where they can invest in long overdue IT upgrades. There's also been a return since the start of this year to the test jobs in general, both UAT and people with automated test experience, so particularly Selenium is a tool that we've been looking for in that environment. And then there's been a huge increase in data roles, particularly in senior data roles. And some of those senior data roles are splitting out data governance and data analytics and data quality, and other roles are kind of merging them all into one function. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for the rest of the year. Well, it's been really busy in that area in the last few months. So I suppose 2015 for me has been the first time that we've had a serious influx of data scientist positions. At the senior end, it's been both a mix of data quality, data analytics and data governance roles. Some companies are putting all those together into one senior data manager position, other ones are kind of splitting them out. On the candidate side, it's a really interesting one because I think candidates are particularly interested in companies where they're putting data as a priority, so that maybe, you know, if it's a global organisation that they might have a chief data officer, that's really just showing that they're investing in data, it's on the agenda. And I think a lot of those senior data candidates have a preference for reporting into somebody like a CDO as opposed to a CIO or CTO, because it just shows that, you know, they're integrating data and business, and their data is key to their strategy and where they're going. There has been a demand for Python developers. In terms of maybe the demand for Python versus Java, I think the reason that the need for Python has been so acute is because it's a supply and demand issue. There is probably a larger shortage of Python developers in Ireland than there would be Java. So we're estimating at the moment that there's about 300 Python candidates at the moment in the Irish market. So I suppose what we would think is it's more a supply and demand issue, that the reason Python is looking so prevalent is because really there's a really acute shortage of candidates there. IT very much now is not being seen as a side function, it's a key function to a business. Business are looking to get insights from IT to dictate where they're heading strategically, and much more the business skills and business acumen are really key, and good IT candidates you'll always see will have that kind of that edge, I suppose. It's more just the general market, there's the challenge there, and you know, they're competing, like every organisation is out to get these candidates, because we're going back into, we have been in IT, I suppose, mostly a candidate short market. I think that's now spreading out across the business as a whole. So I suppose the key thing is that companies know, you know, what their story is, what they're selling to candidates, and are able to inspire candidates and get them bought in, I suppose, to their proposition. It's something like I think in the IT market at the moment, there's in and around 45% of candidates we found have been coming from the overseas market, which is, you know, quite a large percentage. Yes, absolutely. I think there's really good technical skills, coming out of a number of countries in Europe and Eastern Europe as well. I suppose the challenge would be with those candidates is the language skills, which would be going back to the earlier point of, you know, IT candidates need to be able to engage with the business. So client-facing communication skills are really important. So from our side, it's finding those candidates in the foreign market that have the technical skills, but also have the communication skills and the language skills to become really strong. It's particularly prevalent in the development market. And oftentimes it's not a case of getting one counter offer, it's oftentimes multiple counter offers the candidates are getting. So in terms of how do you counteract that, we would see really on the employer side, if you identify somebody that you like and that you want to progress on, there's that imperative there to move really, really quickly, because they're in demand, and there will be other companies that will get there quicker. So yeah, the counter offers are definitely alive and kicking at the moment.